Brain cells are on a diet and failing miserably. If you could peek inside your brain during the early stages of Alzheimer's, you'd find a group of immune cells called microglia trying to be healthy, burning fat, keeping things clean, maintaining balance, and then giving up halfway through and just turning into little fat storage machines. It sounds like a tragicomic scene, but the truth is surprisingly encouraging because it means that Alzheimer's might not be caused by permanently broken brain cells, but by cells that are metabolically stuck in the wrong mode, and that is something science might be able to fix. Microglia are supposed to be the overachievers of the brain. They don't just float around looking busy. They actively gobble up amyloid beta, the protein that clumps into plaques, and they prune unnecessary connections between neurons to keep your brain circuits efficient. In a healthy brain, they're like the personal trainers of your neural network, making sure things stay lean and functional. But when amyloid beta starts to build up, something strange happens. Instead of using the free fatty acids they produce as fuel, microglia start storing them as fat droplets, filling themselves up with triacylglycerol until they look like tiny balloons. And once they're bloated with fat, they slow down. Their ability to clear plaques drops by around 40%, which is like having a cleanup crew suddenly leave almost half the trash behind every night. The new research from Purdue University is groundbreaking because it shows this isn't just a random side effect of disease. The scientists trace the entire process down to a key player, an enzyme called DGAT2, which handles the last step of fat storage. In Alzheimer's brains, DGAT2 lingers too long, meaning microglia keep turning valuable fuel into stored fat when they should be burning it. The result is an energy crisis. The cells that were supposed to keep the brain clean are too busy hoarding fat to do their jobs. But here's the exciting part. When the researchers used molecules that blocked DGAT2 or helped it degrade faster, the fat buildup dropped dramatically. Microglia slimmed down, woke up, and started eating plaques again. In animal models, this even improved markers of brain health. That's why this story, as strange as it sounds, is actually a hopeful one. If Alzheimer's was only about toxic plaques slowly choking neurons, there wouldn't be much we could do beyond trying to scrub them away, a strategy that has given only modest results after decades of research. But if the problem is partly that your brain's immune cells are just metabolically off track, we might have a shot at fixing that much earlier. Instead of waging an endless war on plaques, we could teach microglia to burn fat properly and let them do the cleaning themselves. It's not about fighting against the brain, but helping it get back to the state it naturally wants to be in. Even more exciting is how this could apply beyond Alzheimer's. Microglial fat accumulation has been observed in normal aging and other neurodegenerative diseases, which means this could be a unifying principle of brain health. Imagine a future where a simple drug, or even a lifestyle intervention that supports microglial metabolism, could keep these cells in fat-burning, plaque-clearing mode for decades. That could mean sharper thinking, better memory, and more resilience against all kinds of cognitive decline. And there's something oddly relatable about this whole discovery. Microglia aren't failing because they're lazy or doomed. They're failing because they got metabolically confused. They meant to stay on a clean diet, but the biochemical equivalent of a late-night pizza binge derailed them. Knowing that, scientists now have a clear target: get them back on track. It's like sending them to a cellular boot camp where they can shed the fat, rebuild their energy, and start protecting neurons again. So yes, your brain cells might be failing their diet right now, but the good news is we may soon have a way to help them succeed. And if getting microglia back into shape means we get to keep our memories, our independence, and our personalities for longer, that's a pretty inspiring vision of what future Alzheimer's treatment could look like. Instead of waiting for disease to ravage the brain, we could step in early, restore metabolic balance, and let the brain take care of itself. That's not just good science, that's a reason to feel optimistic about aging.